Hey gang, Devall here with an all-new review for ToyWorldOrder.com. The San Diego Comic-Con is always a favorite place for toy exclusives, and this year was no different. One of the coolest, at least in my opinion, was Mattel's DC Universe Classics entry, Swamp Thing. A Swamp Thing comes packaged in a big box, and I mean big box. The front is designed to appear as if you're staring through the trees of the swamp. On the back is a mini bio of the character, as well as the proclamation that the package inside is made of 100% molded pulp material. Way to lower that carbon footprint. Pulling the box open, you find yourself staring at a very large face of Swamp Thing made, of course, of pulp. Kinda creepy, right? And before we bust the big guy out of his pulpy prison, let's see what else is in this box. Look! The personal journal of Dr. Alec Holland, better known to those of you who aren't on the up and up as Swamp Thing. The journal's a very cool 2-page mini booklet. The booklet's actually designed to appear as if it was caught in the lab explosion that caused the creation of this legendary creature. Opening the book, the inside page is Dr. Holland's notes for the biorestorative compound he was working on, as well as some other various tributes to the comic series. The opposite page is a note from the desk of Matthew Cable, a federal agent and Holland's close friend turned enemy, as well as a blurry photo of the creature. The back page features the Swamp Thing logo. All in all, a nice little touch to include in the package. And also, seeing as this version was purchased at San Diego Comic-Con, it comes with the Unmen. Well, 2 of them anyway. The Unmen, which were created by Swamp Thing villain Anton Arcane, acted as his minions in order to capture the Swamp Thing. The 2 Unmen here are Cranius, the sinister head on a hand, and Ophidian. Now, Cranius is very well detailed, and the sheer horror and pain sculpted onto its face by the 4 horsemen is amazing. Ophidian is just as well detailed, as the slithery snake-like being looks as if it was just plucked from a log. Okay, let's get back to the pulp packaging here. Opening the head of the pulp Swamp Thing, you find the amazing figure in his display base tucked nicely inside. Let's take a look at that display first. The display is sculpted to appear like a piece of the swampy marsh, complete with a devastated tree, one half still in the ground and, well, one half not. A skull, a snake, and what looks like someone's spine. No, I think that's what's left of Dr. Holland. Now, Swampy himself is an amazing creation. Now, his outer skin here is made of a rubber base that's highly detailed and well painted. And because of this outer skin, he doesn't quite have the same articulation as normal DCU figures. But he does have a ball-jointed neck, swivel hinged shoulders, hinged elbows, hinged wrists, a hinged torso, swivel hinged hips, hinged knees, and hinged ankles. The only bad thing here, at least for me, was because of the rubber outer skin, his little fingers are just pieces of rubber. And the rubber base here is nice and thick but pliable, so easy to move without fear of ripping and tearing. Yay! Now the overall sculpt here is well done. The 4 horsemen have let it all hang out here with the details on Swamp Thing's body and face, from the vines to the flowers to the glossy red eyes. This is one impressive creation. And thankfully, at the bottom of Swamp Thing's feet, there's a peg hole, which plugs tightly into the peg. You add the Unmen into the picture, and overall, you have one of the coolest San Diego Comic-Con exclusives in some time, at least in old Devall's mind. Now, Swamp Thing is all sold out over at MattyCollector.com, but I bet you look around a bit at some of the online retailers, and you're bound to find one of your own. Maybe even with the Unmen for a decent price. So until next time, gang, this is Devall saying, keep playing with your toys.